welcome to Body Logic. What we're going to look at today is our pec stretch. Our pecs, a muscle that comes across from our chest into our arm. And the reason that becomes an important stretch is it can have quite an influence on our thoracic spine and potentially neck and shoulder related problems. So this is something you might want to look at if you're having issues with those sort of areas. Now, the general pec stretches that we see, and I see this really commonly, is the hand generally in a doorway, your hand here, and you sort of stretch into it or drive your body into it, or sometimes you get the elbow against the wall and you drive through. I am not a huge fan of this stretch, and I'll explain why. Your shoulder joint generally is in a position where it can come forwards as you're doing the stretch. Because the muscle and where it attaches is onto the shoulder blade, it means you tend to put the stress into your shoulder joint, which increases the pressure on your shoulder joint. That is likely to be the area where you're putting already most of your stress and might be causing some of your pain if you're getting some shoulder pain at the front. That might be part of the problem. So all you're actually doing is putting more stress onto the area your body already is using to move, because that's where you can move, because this is too tight. This deep muscle in here, the pecs, are too tight where they attach into the shoulder blade. So I want to look at how we can adapt that stretch to be more effective. And there's two things that we can do. One is actually to come in and put your whole shoulder onto the wall and then lean forwards and turn your body away. That way you're protecting the shoulder joint and you're actually going to get a stretch. It's a hard area to stretch and feel effective. So the second option, and one I feel might be worthwhile starting with, and I've got here a medicine ball, is to use a ball. Now you could use a tennis ball on a block or a book, but you're trying to get into that area. So you can lie on the floor and roll into that point with your arm up and arm around, and you will feel that tightness in there, and it'll slowly release. Once you've released it a bit, you might find then that this stretch at a certain point becomes more effective. But what I get you away from is actually loading the area that's possibly already being stressed and not really being effective in what you're trying to achieve, which is to stretch that deep pec muscle, which does get tight, and as I said, can lead to both shoulder and neck problems. Okay, so try that out. When you're doing these stretches, you want to hold them for about 20 seconds. I'd do 3 to 5. If you're rolling, you don't need to do more than a minute if you're going to be effective. Just get that nice trigger point just to slowly ease out, and it should feel better after that. Okay, hope that helps. See you soon.